Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness. I hope you are well today. Okay, this is our weekly forecast for the week beginning June 23rd through, I believe it's the 28th. And then I'll do the weekend forecast on the 28th, which is the last quarter moon in Aries on that date. So I just want you to know we are in Cancer season. And if you are a fire sign, Cancer season feels a little deep. And generally, Cancer season is not my favorite. Sorry to all you Cancers. I am a Leo sun and moon. So yeah, it just feels like somebody's throwing water. But it is an emotional sign. It is a water sign, so you're going to get into your feels and you're going to have to work through them. And for the Moonology deck, that's exactly the last quarter moon in Aries on June 28th is about working through your feelings. So if some feelings come up, they could be from some wounding, it could be from some conflict, it could be from a remembrance, some nostalgia. Work through them. Don't get stuck there. And don't overreact. Know that this is a water sign month, so you're going to start to get some feels going. All right, so from the Divine Abundance deck, I just want to say this is a card. Over about the last 5 days, every time I've picked up this deck, this card has made itself very visible. Today, it just flipped out of the box. It was the last card in the box, and then it came out, and it was like, okay, I'm listening. This is about your intuition. So keep really in touch with what's going on with your intuition. If you get that nudge, take a moment and consider what you need to do. So I'm just saying your intuition is going to be very powerful during this Cancerian season. So, it's guidance. It's guidance. So take that for what it is worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So this is about, to me, water signs are self-love months, okay? Because love starts with us. Love starts within us, and we have to demonstrate it to us first, ourselves first, and then it can then be spread through all of those around us. But self-love is critical in order to be able to love anybody or anything else. So focus this Cancerian season on self-love, and self-love and self-care are healthcare, okay? So just consider it like you're just doing intensified health care for your soul and for your body and for your mind and for your emotions. So what I'm feeling like is that we are all going to come in. This is the intuitive part of my reading. We are all going to come into this, and they're using the word wellspring of really focusing on nurturing ourselves. And through that practice, through those efforts, we will have a deeper connection and understanding to those around us. I know off topic a bit, but I was actually going to take a video of my birds this morning because not a peep, until I sit down to do a reading, and then they're very talkative, and I feel as though they can feel, the energy coming through the reading, and they have a lot to say about it. So if anybody understands what they're saying, leave me a comment. Okay, let's get started. This is the Energy Oracle. See what we're going to be dealing with this week. The number 5 is prevalent. I'm seeing 5s quite a bit. So you may want to, if that's a number for you, 5s are changes. Feel like we're transitioning from Gemini to Cancer season, from kind of more that air energy to this really deep water energy. And I feel like we're going to go deep this year. First chakra, Archangel Michael. So this is your root chakra. And this is all about your, like your physical and your well-being. So this is very much in alignment, but it's your safety, your home, your food, your, you know, your survival, what it takes for you to survive. And I feel like we don't want to just survive, we want to thrive. So we're really going to focus on making sure that there is stability in our home, in our financial well-being, in our physical well-being, our emotional well-being, and our spiritual well-being. And it's all about bringing these all together to holistically enhance your lived experience. We also are going to be dealing with some attachment this week. This is possibly some codependency, but you might be attached to an outcome, you might be attached to a person, you might be attached to a place. You might have an issue come up this week that challenges your attachment. I'm going to switch the, yeah, no, we'll leave them like that. Okay. I'm going to pull one more. Archangel Michael, if you feel like you want to ask for help or ask for guidance, you can reach out to Archangel Michael. He's my favorite archangel. Sorry to the rest. To me, he's just somebody who gives me that really strong thump when I need it. When my ego kind of gets in the way and I'm like, I don't want to be that, I get that thump. And it's more like you really need to, you know, move out of this energy and get back into a more heart-centered energy. But also is a twin flame. Archangel Michael is a very powerful archangel for me that I connect to. Goddess of the Moon. There's that intuition card. Okay, Goddess of the Moon. This is like the Moon card. Yeah, it's definitely, you may get a lot of intuitive hits. And, you know, they're giving me a lot of scenarios. I'm not going to go through them all right now. I know they want me to, but it's just too time consuming. But there is something about the moon's energy right now. Yeah, this is all coming into culmination of our well-being. It feels like it's all about well-being, and there's going to be a lot of roller coaster kind of feelings going on through this week. You're going to be challenged, and you may have to step back. If you feel that challenge, you may have to say, is this attachment? Is this what Elle was talking about when she said we're going to be struggling with attachment? Am I too attached to this that now it has some sort of power over me and it becomes toxic, almost like that devil card? So just keep in mind. Okay, we had a card fall on the floor. I'm going to pull 5 cards and then I will interpret the energy for you. Okay. Give me just a second to put all of these energies in a framework. Okay, definitely what I am getting is this is going to be, it's going to kind of evolve through the month as an emotional, kind of a cleansing, purging. You may start out the month feeling very empty and very isolated and maybe spiritually or emotionally alone. But then as the month goes on, I think you're going to, and it could be month, it could be weeks, but I feel like this is going to be a reading for really through the month of June, July, until Leo season, when I can take a deep breath. It feels like this is kind of like an you're facing yourself emotionally. It's almost like, am I satisfied with my sense of self? Am I satisfied with my well-being? Am I satisfied with my spiritual practice? Am I satisfied? There's something about being satisfied with everything in your environment, you know, and then that kind of then triggers an awareness of where you need to direct some energy. Like if there's a deficit, if you feel like there's an energetic deficit in your well-being, then it's time to enhance your self-care practices. It's time to really focus on your diet. It's really time to focus on exercising. You know, whether you take vitamins or supplements, being out in nature, getting fresh air, getting some sunshine, not too much. I'm a Floridian. I know all about that. But to be out in nature and balanced, maybe some indoor exercises when it's raining, outdoor exercises when, you know, the sun is out. Just something where you feel like you're really pouring energy into your physical well-being. On the same note, with that root chakra, you know, do you feel like your home is a sanctuary, or is it a stressor? If it's constantly stressing you out, it's creating a cortisol storm in your body, and that is diminishing your health. So there's, you know, calm and organization. If you need help, I'm actually going to be doing on my other channel, The Organizer Advisor, I am going to be doing an every nook and cranny clean of my home or on my channel to help guide you through every nook and cranny clean without becoming overwhelmed, decluttering, organizing, cleaning. And we're going to do it the entire month of July. And in the whole month, we're going to have an entire house cleaned, organized, decluttered, but in small little steps every day so that it's not overwhelming and the rest of your life doesn't unravel. Join me over there. I'd be happy to help guide you through that. But I really feel like you raise your vibration through organization. So when your home is organized and decluttered and it's not stressful, it's relaxing and calm, it has health benefits for your body. It also, research shows that it improves your relationships. So this is what I'm saying. We're kind of evaluating our lives over the month of July, and we're going to be looking at all of these little components, the little areas of our lives and we're going to say, am I satisfied with that? Is this something that I want to, enhance this area? Do I need to devote some more energy? We oftentimes devote a lot of our energy to things that are distractions to us. And maybe some of our healthcare routines have lapsed. Maybe we haven't been focused so much on our positive relationships with ourselves and others. So it's almost like a recalibration, but in order to recalibrate, there has to be an assessment first. And this is kind of like the assessment month. It feels to me like we're really just going to start looking at things and, where do I want to really focus my energy? Where do I feel like there's kind of a lapse? It's like there's a stagnancy. And stagnancy creates like the doldrums. And then you get stuck in that energy. You want to revitalize. And we're going to do that kind of like a step by step by step. And I think that's what we're going to be focusing on. And we're going to lay down or release or put away or remove anything that is creating any kind of friction. The friction is as you interact with something, if it makes you feel like your energy is diminished or it's lowering your vibration, there's some attention needed to either, is this something I really need in my life right now? Is this something that can be put away? Is this something that I need to fix? Is this something that I need to reuse, remodel, reorganize? And I know, where I'm using retrograde words, but I'm just saying it's a comprehensive assessment, and I feel like we're going to finally release some things that have created some stagnancy in our energy, some diminishment, and it's just like it's not worth it anymore. It's really not worth hanging on to this relationship, because I never feel good when I walk away from this in interaction. It's kind of like it's almost like you have this habitual relationship that been a part of your history for quite a while, but every time you leave, you're like, why do I do this to myself? It's time to release. I've got the Ten of Swords here. It's time to release some of these things, but in order to recalibrate, you need to do the assessment. What's working, what's happy, what's uplifting, and what's not. And that's a form of self-care, and self-care is healthcare. So this involves all the components of your being, and we need to kind of go through this process of enhancing. And sometimes enhancing means we have to release some things. There's some things you've been holding on to for quite a while, and you have developed some possible habits over time that now you're going to step back and say, I don't know that I want to continue that. It might be something as far as an addiction, or it might just be something a little less dominant, but it might be that, you have a particular eating habit that you're like, I've just been doing that all along, pizza every Friday night, pizza, beer, whatever. And then you realize, what, I can still have pizza, but I'm going to have cauliflower pizza. I'm going to have cauliflower crust. I'm going to do something a little less carby and start to really take care of my body. I feel like this is going to have some really positive, tangible rewards. I feel like it makes us feel kind of like the commander of our little space. It's like, okay, I've got this under control. I feel like a very emperor energy, but not so authoritative. More like, I got this. I feel good about this. I feel at peace with this. And some of the items that you possibly are going to remove or release, you're going to sell, and you're going to create some abundance coming in. So let's pull some more cards and see. But I feel like that's what we're going to be starting this week. And I do feel like it's been a long time coming. It's like we've been putting this off and putting it off and putting it off. We've done all the, trying to deal with all the distractions in the media and the social media, in our personal lives. But now it's like it's time to get down to business of, I think at the beginning of the year, we really focused on clearing our karma. Now it's kind of like, okay, now it's time to assess what's left and whether or not this is something that we really need to start to give attention to. It's definitely about self-nurturing. So, maybe just put in your little agenda or put on your phone. You want to focus the month of July on, and it starts this week. We're not in July yet, but we're going to start this week on self-care. Self-care as healthcare. And whatever self-care looks like for you, but the goal is to enhance your physical well-being, which is going to enhance your emotional well-being. But you want to give that some target too. Your emotional well-being. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? Are there things you can do to cultivate joy? making sure your life is balanced. And for somebody like me, very type A personality, that's very difficult for me to do. I try to do it all, and I realize, oh, see, I told you I felt the Emperor energy. There we are. I realize there are just sometimes that I don't have to do it all. And when I feel like I'm overbooking or over planning or over involving myself, I have learned to say, okay, not now. I just need to have a week where I can get things done. This is kind of like a new, it's a new way of being for you. This is like, have I devoted this kind of time to taking care of myself before? Have I really given my life the comprehensive evaluation? It's kind of like when you go to a medical provider and you would have a full body scan just to see if there's anything of concern. We're going to do that with the components of our life, and that's going to be our physical environment. I mean, your car, your home, is your mattress comfortable? Things that affect your well-being, your diet, the exercise routines. Are you taking time each day for either stillness or breath work or meditation? Are you giving yourself the opportunity to be outdoors? Or are you just so focused on work? So what I'm saying is it's really, really important, and we start this week to start really analyzing these components of our lives and what needs attention, what needs bolstering, what needs uplifting or enhancing. If you've got your self-care routines down and you feel like your health is intact, what about your spiritual wellness? What about your emotional wellness? Do you feel like your relationships are fulfilling? Do you feel like you are making a contribution, that you're living in your purpose and passion? Do you feel as though you have some inner child wounding that needs addressing? I think you're getting the picture of kind of what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to do bottom of the deck, and then we're going to do sacred self-care just to give us some ideas of where we may need to focus. Of course, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Love. This is all about love, and it starts here. Loving self first. And if that is the piece of advice I could give the world, it would be self-love. Because when you love self, you're more inclined to take care of your physical being. You're more inclined to protect your emotional well-being. You're going to protect your energy. But you also are going to vibrate at that level, which means you're going to attract things that bring in more love to you. Storm warning. Feels like something's coming. And maybe this is preparation for it intuitively. I've had conversations with many of my spiritual friends and even people who watch this channel. Something's coming, and I don't want to fearmonger, but something's coming. And I feel like this is all preparation, starting with that root chakra, to make sure everything is intact and all the essentials are met. Okay. Love and the Lovers. Gemini energy. We just left Gemini season, but we still have some of that residual energy. However, these are about choices. And let's start choosing self-love. So speaking of, remember to follow your intuition throughout this week. It's going to be really important for your protection, as well as, I just saw make a meal, eat healthy. But there's a lot of things coming in energetically, so listen to your intuition. It is guidance for you. If you just feel that nudge, even if it's like, I need to go back in the house, and then you're in your car and you're like, I feel like I need to go back in the house, and you do, and you realize, I left a candle lit. Rest. You're going to feel very tired, and I would say a lot. For the month of July, you're going to feel very tired. I feel like a lot of that is from the energy coming in, but it's also the earth is going through that photon belt, and then it's just, there's so much more energy coming in, and your body is having to absorb it. But also, as you cleanse and purge and redirect some of your energy here, you're going to feel tired. Burning bowl ritual. If there is something you need to release, do your burning bowl ritual. It's oftentimes my full moon or my new moon, but you can do it maybe at the last quarter moon as you take this week to figure it out. And you work through your emotions. Maybe once you work through them, write them down and do your burning bowl ceremony. Positive affirmations, all about self-love. Last card. Take a walk. So, a walk in nature, positive affirmations, burning bowl ceremony for releasing some emotional things that you no longer want to have residual energy attached to, and then resting, and then take a walk. So, here is something you can do if you'd like to integrate all of these at the same time. You could go for a walk, and while you're on your walk, have a positive affirmation walk where you are walking, and the whole time you are listening to positive affirmations, saying them to yourself. And then when you get done with the walk, you write down everything that kind of popped into your head that was kind of diminishing or possibly negative or critical, self-critical, and write them down and put them in a burning bowl ceremony. And then after that, I would take a quick shower or maybe a salt bath, and then rest. Just rest. Take a nap, meditate, rest, sleep. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope this helps. Please leave me a comment if this makes any sense to you whatsoever. And until I see you in the next video, I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know how your week goes. And until then, namaste.